Good evening, folks. Thanks for coming in. I hope you had a good week, the end of another glorious week. So tonight we've got stuff keeps popping up on this screen. 2 seconds. There it goes. We have our little Kimber.
Hello.
International TV medium and Reiki. Master.
Every time.
Say it. What's the word?
What? Reiki?
Reiki.
Yes.
What did I say?
What?
Sorry, I'll speak English. I forget. What did I say?
I don't know now. Just the wrong word. It's gone in one and out the other.
Anyway, Kimber's back. And if anybody's ever watched... she's there, over there. You want a pen? There you go. It's the way it works, isn't it? I'm going the wrong way. As you were in. I'll forget it.
Gosh, I don't know which way it is. Give me a pen.
There with that.
I don't know, I'm getting my size wrong. That's a good start.
Aye, so you put me right off. So if anybody's ever watched Kimber and I on a show before, you remember that we talk crap, basically. And she actually asked me something really funny just before we came live. She asked,
"Do we have a topic?"
Do we have a topic? Come on, seriously. We might talk some paranormal. I don't know. See the eyes just go there.
What is paranormal?
It's stuff paranormal. It's something we talk about it sometimes.
Do we?
Oh well, we used to. The first time Kimber was on, I think we were serious. We were not.
No.
No, we were not even serious the first time. Usually we are a new guest.
Maybe I think no.
Or maybe I just took one look and thought she's a space cake, so forget being serious.
No.
Either one at all.
Hello.
So I'll just it's good. It's just it's a Kimber.
I'm just waiting on you now.
Kimber broke her lawnmower today, by the way. I had to mention it.
Thank you. I knew you'd have to bring it up. Well, it was an accident and I feel awful. But yeah, I was mowing my friend's lawn and I'm weeding everywhere, and then I'm like nearly to the end of the garden, and the whole way through I've been really conscious about the wire, and then all of it stopped working because I got distracted by my kids, and then I was like, why isn't this working? Looking at the kids, plugged it. No, I went straight over the wire, cut it clean.
As you do. See, when you first started saying that with your lawnmower, I thought you said you were weeing everywhere. Did you see?
Yes, I was just weeing everywhere. Yeah.
You said weeding, didn't you?
Weeding, yes, weed whacking.
Right. I thought you said a lawnmower and weeing everywhere. So images of you cutting a bit of grass and jumping to it, doing your stuff, and then come back to the lawnmower. That's Tayawi's watching as well. Button.
Aw, hey.
So, anyway.
Yes.
We've been up to a part for weeding in gardens and breaking lawnmowers.
What? I heard lawnmower.
We're going to have to work on this language barrier, by the way. You're going to have to take Scottish classes.
Absolutely not. You need to take English classes.
I did English. I've actually got higher in English, believe it or not.
Shame you don't talk it.
I've got higher in English. I just can't speak it. But I can write a story or two. Do you know what I mean?
That you can. I will agree with that.
Oh, is that me getting a wee compliment there?
No. I have to edit it.
You can't
I'm just kidding. Huh?
You can't take it back because you gave me a compliment on
I did, absolutely.
So,
I have been. Oh, hang on. Sorry, my screen went black for some reason. I have no idea why. Good start.
You're still here. You're still here.
Good job I didn't start doing anything like.
Or picking your nose or something like that, you know.
Well, no, I'm far too ladylike for that.
I'm going to, as I said earlier, I'm going to start a live early one night and just catch the guest out if they're scratching their something.
Yeah, but you know that you do that to me because you know exactly what I do right before you say how you're ready.
Get rid of the vape. Kimber has a good long vape before she starts.
No, it's what it is I have to have the kind of vape for the smoke gun effect. So it's like, whoo.
Right, so it's for atmospheric reasons.
That is, yeah, I'm creating a scene. Yes.
Right, so that was me speaking English there. Atmospheric reasons.
Yes, dear.
Right. Anyway, what have you been up to, apart from weeing and cutting grass and stuff? I meant weed in the gardens, not just in general. You know.
There's so many answers. So I have still.
Remember, we are a respectable channel.
Says you who got told off on the last one for saying words that should not be said. So I have been. What?
You broke up there. What did you say? Says you that what? I get told off.
Yeah, you got told off on the last one, remember? Because you said some words that should not be said.
Right. Got me thinking. You need to mail it to me because I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you afterwards because I ain't getting in trouble. So the answer to your question, I have been doing psychic nights. I travelled up to Carlisle.
We'll leave that there as it is.
We'll leave that there, yeah. So I've been up to Carlisle. I did a psychic night in a pub, and we are actually, which you shall be doing. I have decided now I'm going to be organising a ghost investigation there in the next couple of months. I just need to finalise things. So that'd be really, really cool. I have set up my own my own floristry business, doing bouquets, and I feel like I want to do. And here's some I made earlier, but I shall not.
No, please, for the love of God, do it.
Now I got to. And here is some I made earlier.
Right, all right, you go that out the road. So it's called Kimber Bloom, isn't it?
It's what?
That's what your business is called, Kimber Bloom.
No, that's quite fun. No, it's just Kimber Hughes signs, but you can find it through my normal psychic page for now. So yeah, I've been keeping busy, doing this, that, and the other everywhere. Yeah. Woo.
Where do you find time for normal stuff, if there is such a thing?
Oh, I don't do normal stuff. I am very career focused at the moment. I only see my friends if they need something doing, and not because they don't want to see me, but I don't have time to go on social stuff. But if they need something, I'm there. So yeah, I'm always working, and I've got the kids as well. So normal time is kid time until my hair's falling out.
And of course, they're on holiday for another 27 weeks or something.
And my eldest always starts school on the 7th of September.
Oh, good stuff.
He's going into reception, so that's big.
Are you going to be one of these mothers that are all bubbly and teary first day of school?
No, I'd be like, off you go. I'm off to work. Bye.
That's it.
Oh my gosh, my screen keeps going off. No, I'm not gonna. No, because I'm getting that out there now. Like, I'm trying to do all that emotional stuff now. I'm not sad about it. I'm excited for him. He's very, very intelligent. He is my own, and he needs, like, nursery isn't enough for him now. He can write his own names, his first and second name on his own already. And hold the pen, and he knows everything, even when he doesn't know it. He knows everything. But no, he needs school, so I'm excited for him more than anything.
Good. And then you do a wee bit more free time as well to do people's and stuff.
Yeah, because my youngest will be at nursery for 30 hours as well, so I'll have all the time in between.
You're going to You're going to have free time. You're going to be like this, you know.
No, I'm not, because my free time is working time.
Oh, right. So you've sod all free time. So nothing's really going to change.
It's what? No, you broke up. It's not me being deaf. It broke up.
I says nothing's really going to change.
No, not in the slightest.
Not at all.
No, but I like being. If I'm sat twiddling thumbs, then I'm losing business. I'm losing my sanity. You know, because I'm trying to create my little empire out of.
Did you say you're losing your sanity?
There is still some left, believe it or not.
Teensy little bit.
Well, can you imagine if I had to sit on my own all the time doing nothing? How bad it would be.
You'd be like that, wouldn't you? Talking to the trees and stuff. You'd be talking to do you talk to your flowers?
I was caught the other day by several people hugging and talking to the flowers, telling them how wonderful they were and how happy they were making me feel.
I was actually kidding on with that question, but
I hug trees and I talk to trees and I thank the trees quite regularly. So actually, let's go to a paranormal topic here. I've got my pen because I'm meaning business. So actually, all the so you're doing it now. So trees have a lot of energy, and I'm not sure how I feel on this topic. But there is tree people. So the trees, and if you connect with them, they can actually feed you with a lot more healing energy. So what they kind of say is you go somewhere and you ask a tree to connect with it, and it will help like cleanse and clear and realign your energy, and then you can have this beautiful connection and they can help you, guide you, and things like that. So laugh away, sir, laugh away. Because I have one tree in each park that I go to that I will go and try and exchange energy with, and I always come out feeling so much better, so much happier. So yes, I talk to plants.
No, I'm not laughing. I mean, I've heard that many times with people who talk to trees and stuff, you know, and trees are living things meant to have spirits in them, etc. But it was just the image of you sitting in your room, whatever you're doing, and oh, you look beautiful, stuff like that, you know. Just that's Kimber in there. We just leave her alone to do it.
Okay, so this is how I'm sat because I get to appreciate them.
Oh, they're nice. They're really, really nice.
I get to sit and just stare at them, and that's what I keep looking up at because I'm like, oh, they're so pretty.
That's the ones you made.
Yeah.
I know, but see, that's normal. It's like when you decorate a room or something like that, you know, your wallpaper, whatever, and you stand back and you think, aye.
No, but I do. I go up to them and go, oh, you're so pretty. Oh, and I talk to them. I pretty much probably talk to everything, but I know you're going to say it's in a weird way, but not because I'm like psycho. But I think in an energy exchange kind of way, I don't know. Everything has energy, and I live through energy. So for me, I guess maybe I see and feel things in a bit of a different way. Also ADHD. So
Well, I already knew, kind of picked up on that, 2 or 3 shows ago. But in a good way, you're harmless. Maybe not to the general public, but to yourself.
watch out, Kimber's about.
Yeah, have you never noticed that when you go out, all the streets are empty?
Not empty enough.
And you see all the curtains gradually going, stuff like that.
Is that what it's for?
No, I mean, so anyway, I've got a couple of quite serious questions for you, right?
Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm only kidding. No, I'm not. The last few weeks, there's been a big issue. I don't know if you've heard anything about it or whatever, but about bullying.
Right.
Certain individuals ripping the part. I'm not going to name the person or people involved, but they're ripping the paranormal apart. Absolutely,
right.
every single bit of it. They've been getting in, topic cat balls and meters and but you name it, this person's been ripping it apart, and
paranormal in general, or
it started off with paranormal in general, but then started targeting people. What's have you heard anything about this or whatever?
No, I haven't, because I have not been on social other than on my own stuff at the moment. But I think it's absolutely ridiculous. If you don't like something, there's absolutely no reason to make any comment at all, is there? Really, just hello, just.
I just leave it. You don't like it, scroll by or change the channel or whatever.
Exactly, just ignore it. I mean, you know what? There was this one guy that commented on one of my posts a while back, and he literally started saying what every person says. Oh, you're a fraud, you're a scammer, taking money off of vulnerable people, all that. And then I messaged him back, and I gave him, a really respectful response. And in the end, he just kept slitting and slitting and slitting. Now I looked into him, and he's done this on about 8 or 9 different mediums, and we've all responded the exact same kind of message. You've not had one reading with any one of these people, and it just. I even said to him, "What's happened to make you want to do this and target mediums and psychics? Like, obviously, some things. Maybe you've had a bad one and it came true, or you've had a bad one and I don't know." And he was so awful and kept reporting me for bullying just for trying to talk to him about it and try to get down to the root of the issue. In the end, I had to block him because he would just taking too much energy and time, and it's just not nice. I just don't see the need. If you don't believe in something or you don't like something, just move on.
We had a guy a few months ago who commented on, I can't even mind with the post, it was some post we done, and this guy commented on it and answered him back, and he kept going and going and going, and he was goading for an argument, basically. And another couple of folk answered him back as well. And then he started this. I run a group, and it's a team of experts. And I thought, you know what? That's time up, time out. You're gone. And we ended up kicking him out. But seemingly he done it in 2 or 3 other groups as well, because a lot of people. And I'd mentioned the names. I had him a few weeks ago, blah blah blah, and he just gets into groups to try and cause bother. It's not the same individual I was referring to.
I don't get why though. What do the people do it for? What if they had a grudge against a particular team? You could kind of understand it a bit more, but when they're just going after every single team, I mean, what is the intention with that?
Well, the most recent one kept saying, "Get me on your podcast, and we'll thrash it out." And I admit, for a wee second, I was tempted to bring him on and rip him a new one, because he sent me a friend request, And I had a look at his profile, and it looked totally all right, totally fine. I accepted it. And then all these posts started popping up. And we're taught it was kind of constant. Every 5-10 minutes, there was a different one. Bang, 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 bang. And it was just, and so I commented back on one of them, respectfully, politely, because that's the way I am, professional. No, that's what, and he started attacking us. He started attacking PIH, saying you are just trying to copy TV programs and you don't have a clue what you're doing and stuff. And I thought, whoa, that was it. There's a line.
Yeah.
There's a line you don't cross, and I've said on many a show, I'll defend PIH and everybody in it to the hilt. I don't care who it's against. I'll go tooth for nail after somebody if they try to drag us or anybody involved with us doing. And this is so I get ripped into him, and then I thought, you know what? I've said my bit. I'm out of it. You're a beep. I'm gone, basically. And then he moved on to somebody else. It was just totally bizarre, and it's caused a lot of upset. There's a lot, and he was trying to defend himself, and people were trying to say, well, you're making all these comments. What do you expect? You're attacking everybody. People are going to be annoyed. People are going to be...
That's the thing. They go and cry about it then, don't they? And they act like they've had the kidney taken or something.
If had the lollipop took out their pram or something. Basically.
Wow, they hurt my feelings.
How did you lose a lollipop?
Well, everything goes back around, doesn't it?
The other thing was mediums. Now, I know you're genuine because I've sent you photos before. No, the Mankini photos, the other photos I sent.
You absolutely have not sent those kind of photos. You sent paranormal photos.
I just wanted to see the look of your face. That sudden look of... What photos? That look.
They're not done.
Remember the red wellies on? And then I changed one day. I confused because I put green wellies on the next day. Then changed back to... I'm kidding you on. No, I've sent you normal photographs, right? Of location.
Keep going. No, I'm just...
You better not be a picture of me in a mankini and red wellies.
Oh, shut up. Tell him about the paranormal photos.
Well, will we hat on? I sent you photographs, and you told me stuff that you picked up in the photographs that you could never have known, right? So to me, that you passed the test, or whatever you like.
Thanks. I didn't know I was being tested.
I'm writing out your certificate now.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. That's all the size of it. But I've signed it, so it's valid.
What date sent then?
It's valid to the 22nd of September 2022. That's what I was going to ask. I apologise, folks. We just talked, as I did warn you at the start that 90% of our shows is just talking crap.
Poppycock.
Don't go all English on me.
Excuse me. I thought you were very good at English.
No, don't try Scottish.
Pardon?
Try saying something in a Scottish accent now.
Okay, didn't you?
Is that it?
Yeah.
I can do better than that.
I can't do it at all. Stop it. Come on. Tell them about... Let's...
We're talking about mediums, right? And I've talked about this in other shows, Anybody can claim they're a medium.
Mm-hmm.
So you were saying earlier, some people attack you certain fields. Do you think mediums get it more than anybody else in the paranormal?
What, they get more hassle?
Aye, basically.
Do you know what? I've been really, really fortunate. I probably only had maybe in the past 12 years 6 people come at me. And well, some of them were comments telling me to go die and go walk off a long pier, a short pier, sorry, long walk off the short pier, whatever it is, which were awful to read. And then the others were just like, oh, scammer, this, that, and the other, money off a room. And I'm like, if I can't read somebody, then I don't charge. If that person is not 100% satisfied and convinced that it's coming from beyond, then, it just frustrates me. I mean, the thing that actually bothers me more than that, because for me, I mean this with no ego at all, but I don't have anything to prove to anybody. Like, I know what I believe in, and I know that I have good days and I have bad days, and I also know what I'm capable of. So for me, it's not about proving something, it's about providing the service, providing that help and that comfort and guidance. But the thing that bothers me the most is when people want me to prove it to them. Well, go on then, tell me something. Tell me something then.
It's
Well,
not.
I'm not going to believe you unless you tell me that one thing that I know. And I'm like, well, if it's a secret and you're the only person that knows, why are the spirits going to tell me your secret?
Aye, true enough. I mean, I've said it before. Somebody say to me, I'm a medium, and I'm guilty of saying it as well. So well, if you're a medium, prove it. Give me some kind of proof if possible. And on the spot, they might not be able to just, well, your Uncle Harry's here and he says, your bike was blue or something.
And sometimes you can. I've been put on the spot a few times. Like when I went for a kind of a chat about doing a psychic night somewhere, and I hadn't got my mindset right. I had my kids on my knees and laughing and playing like I got my kids to be calm, but they were getting them all giddy. And they went, oh, go on, tell us something then. And I went, are you serious right now? Like, and I just went, in my head, I was like, come on. And I started going boom, 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 boom. And I was sat there and I was like, I was going, where did that just come from? Oh my gosh. Like I literally practically gave him a full reading each. But on other days, like if you were to tell me now, oh, do it for me, I'd be like, thin air.
It's no. There. At the end of the day, is it no doing to spirit whether they want to tell you or no?
Say that again, sorry.
At the end of the day, is it no down to spirit whether they want to tell you or no?
Yeah, pretty much, because it's like if I haven't got spirit with me, yes, I can talk to my guides, but if they don't want to talk, then I can't do anything. So like sometimes in readings, let's say for instance, I can be saying something so random and I'm literally sat there going, what is the relevance of me telling this person this thing? And there probably isn't at that moment in time, but might be later on. But I literally say to people, I'm sorry, I know this doesn't sound like there's any relevance, but like if I don't tell you this, then I've got nothing else to tell you because they're the only words that they're saying to me. So I can only say what's there. And for me, I'm not willing to fill in the gaps, so to speak. That makes sense, so you get what you get.
It does. See, you proved yourself to me. You really prove yourself to anybody. But I mean, with photographs, I said there was something else that happened a few weeks ago to me, and I don't know if you remember. We had a conversation up. You probably don't remember, but it was quite some time ago, and we were talking about a little girl.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And we did an investigation. Every time we go investigating, we seem to have this little girl there, and we always get the word dad coming through. Now, I know a lot of folk, you say, necrophonic and that, loaded with words, etc., which is fine. It is, we've had hundreds of random words come through that mean nothing at all. Mm-hmm. And so, I agree with these people. But we've had quite a lot of words come through that are relevant to what we're doing or asking at the time. Is that coincidence? Don't know. But we did an investigation about what was still watching about 3-4 weeks ago or something. It was during the day. We'd abandoned it actually because it was like 30, 31 degrees and it was like, but before we abandoned it, we're picking up this little girl again, and somebody who was raising the team says maybe it's your daughter. So what I did was I asked, can you tell me what I used to put in your bed every night? There was a certain thing that I used to put in her bed, and we never get any luck. So I said, can you tell me what colour this was that I used to put in? And it took a couple of minutes, and I asked 2 or 3 times, and then we get the word green. Everybody heard it. There was 5 or 6 years there, and everybody had the word green. Well, and I used to put. Did you see Toy Story?
Yeah.
The Rex.
Yeah, the green dinosaur.
A toy dinosaur, and I used to put that in bed every night. And obviously Rex is green.
So now you have the confirmation as well.
Aye, so that day it was weird, but because I remember the conversation that you and I had way back, and then to get that the colour, it was kind of happiness with sadness with disbelief.
Yeah.
It's no usual I'm speechless, but I was kind of walking about just kind of away in a wee world of my...
Yeah, it'll take you back, or it's something like that. But I mean, how amazing is that to get that confirmation though?
But that's it, so I mean, it puts my mind at ease. I always knew she was somewhere else.
Yeah.
But it put my mind at ease to get it. And some people might say, it was, a random word. But to them, it may be a random word, but to get the exact colour of the item, was so that kind of, and as your conversation, I went straight back to that in my head. I thought Kimber was right, what she was telling me before. I wasn't giving you a pat in the back. I was just telling you were right. That's your pat in the back. Right, hold on.
Thanks for that. But I'm glad you've got that confirmation now. I'm glad that's good. Maybe it's that closure in a sense that you needed. Well, maybe for her as well.
I'm hoping that she does still kind of follows about, but it takes me to something that we've been talking about a lot on shows with people, that don't believe in the paranormal, but they want proof, and they want something major, they're expecting something major to happen.
Yeah, you can't though, can you? You've just got to take the little things, haven't you?
Aye, they're expecting maybe a table to move across the room or something like that,
Although I have had that happen. I have had, at one of the locations that we went, the big iron tables, the really mega heavy ones, we had one of them going around the room on one leg. Which was fun.
When you do your investigations, right, this is kind of a daft question, obviously you got a team with you, is it different for you than it is for the rest of the team?
Sometimes. So if I'm working and I'm like opening up, it's very like it's kind of overwhelming because there's so much energy and I'm working on so many different levels and I feel like I can see everything. And it's a bit stressful as well because if I'm going to work to help kind of keep the night going a little bit, it is frustrating because I'll be looking around. I'm like, oh, well, there's a man over there. Oh, there's a woman over there. Right, there's 2 children there. Or there's this there. But I'm like trying to tell people, And they could just be going, oh yeah, yeah. But I'm like, no, I can see them, but they're not doing anything. So then I'll be going, okay, the lady that stood around the board, would you like to communicate? And then I get them saying no to me. So then sometimes I'm like, I have to say, don't come through me, come through the board, I use the equipment. So then I kind of just walk off after a while and I kind of just start things up for people and tell them what to do and this, that, and the other. And then I walk off, but then sometimes spirits follow me because they want to talk to me. And I'm like, just move the planchette because I want to see it move too. But then other days when I decide I'm not working, I feel like I get to enjoy it like everybody else as well without all the extra stuff going on in my head. And so it depends what day it is.
Okay, I'm asking because, I mean, I've watched a lot of ghost shows, you know, and I know a lot of them are entertainment purposes, and it's going to sound, most of the stuff I say is stupid anyway, I think. People are used to it anyway, do you know what I mean?
Oh, don't, because I'm going to be starting filming for my own stuff soon.
You what?
I'm going to be doing, I've got filming my own pilot shows it's in the works. I'm still getting it all sorted to be able to start doing stuff on that side of the, but it's all stupid anyway, ain't it?
I know, it's good if you get underway, you know, if you're needing any advice or anything.
Maybe I'll invite you over.
Don't ask me because I don't know diddly squat.
Good job, I do. No, well, I work with the other paranormal team and they're going to help me out. But I'll tell you after anyway because I don't want to put it out there yet. But I've got a few ideas in the works because you know everything else that I'm doing isn't enough yet.
You just want to pile something. See, that's like me. We're stopping our shows end of August. Right. No, totally. You know, Jennifer's going to be doing shows as well, so you might get called upon. She was meant to be on the night, but she forgot she's got an appointment.
I know. We're just going to say where I thought Jenny was coming on.
She was meant to be on, but she mailed her on to say she had another appointment. So, but she will be back on.
How do you feel that I've met her in person and you haven't?
How does it feel that you're very much smaller than her? But
yeah, small, isn't it?
That's like, you know, are you ready, Kimber? Yeah, Jennifer, you're okay.
Excuse me, I'm pretty much smaller than anybody. I'm only 5'2". I'm Diddy.
You walk behind a bench and all that. Where's she go?
Hello.
You know, behind the shopping trolley and ask her, where is she? Mum, you know. Did you see this?
Jumping up.
Did you see this?
Yeah, I'm not that small. Two's not that short. Shush.
I'm exactly 5'6". I'm not exactly gifted with height. I was gifted with looks, but not with height. This is the point where you agree. You've
got a shiny bald head.
I know. I tried to grin, you know. You put me up, I was going to say. The reason I was asking, right, is because I watched quite a few ghost shows. Some of them are just pants, bollocks, you know. But some of them will get a medium in, you know, and the medium will do a wee walk round first. Yeah. And they'll say, right, well, they're seeing so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll do the investigation with the medium there. And the team will go that. Did you hear that noise? Did you hear that? And I've always sat there wondering, well, if they're hearing a noise, why is that medium no picking up on whoever's making it or might be making it?
Because it depends what level or frequency that medium is on in their head or compared to what that spirit's frequency is. So you could have like two mediums in the same room and pick up on completely different things depending on wherever on vibrations meet with the spirits. So there could be 10 spirits in the room and I might only pick up on 2, but again, it's the frequency. It's whether they want to connect with me, and the others might work on different spirit planes. So it depends. It might just be that as well, that the medium might not be listening to what's in the head because they're more interested in the physical aspect. Sometimes we miss stuff, we don't get everything. Sometimes I know things I've gone through so many times and I've missed it and I've forgotten about it, and then I get it and then it goes, and then I'm like, oh, I wasn't even listening. Like now I know the spirits that are making my ears tingle, which means they're trying to talk to me. But I have no idea who's there, who's talking to me, because I'm not listening, but I'm very fully aware that they're there.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you think they'll wait? I've tried without sounding stupid again,
God,
which is quite hard for me. But I admit that is a stupid question. I get these random thoughts in my head.
But that's like, you ask the ones that other people didn't.
Well, basically, it might be the stupidest of question. Like I said, I put a post up last week. I was watching the telly, and there was 2 or 3 in the morning, and I don't know, it popped into my head, holding a grudge. Holding a grudge. I wonder spirit. So I've done a wee post on the page. Do spirits hold a grudge?
Yes, they do.
So that's what I was wondering. I was wondering that.
That's not a stupid question. It's fine. I've heard worse.
You what?
I said that's not a stupid question. That's a fine one. I've heard a lot worse than that.
Oh, you've asked dafter ones and that?
No, people have asked me worse ones.
But I need to ask you, what's the worst question you've ever been
asked? I can't think right now, but there's just been ones that I'm just like.
Are you serious? Did you just ask me that?
Yeah. Like, actually, do you know what? There were one psychic night, and it wasn't even really a stupid question, but it just the whole night was hilarious because of it. And I'd said, like, oh, so-and-so was there with me talking, and they went, are they there? Can you just talk to him for me? Like, can you just... And I just went, hello, spirit line.
Are they there? Can you just talk to them for me, like, lads?
Yeah, it was something along those lines. And I mean, I've not put that across how it was quite on the night. But there were like 70 people just howling because of how the question came out. And then she was so embarrassed. And I had to say, no, it's fine. It wasn't a stupid question. I just took the opportunity to kind of make a joke and heighten the energy. But gosh, I can't even think of a stupid question now. They've all gone out my head. But whatever the stupid question is that you think, just times that by 10 and that'll be it.
All right. No, but you do. I've put quite a few random questions, age, and some people might think talking crap, what the hell is asking that for? But if you don't ask, you don't get.
No question's a stupid question.
I mean, my head does kind of go. I was kind of the same as you. My head does go kind of 24/7.
Mine goes more like 36/7.
36/7. So just
there's 36 hours in my day apparently.
Maybe in Timberland there is, aye.
Hey, it's so much nicer up there.
I bet. And there's lots of flowers.
No, actually, no, there's not.
There's not. What's there?
It's just everything that is, but everything's just the way that I want it, and there's no malice, and it's just all fairy tale and lovely, and I'm safe.
Well, that's the main thing, though. Get back to your... You put me right up.
What was the stupid question we wanted to ask?
Start on one thing, and then I'll trail off and start talking something totally different.
I know it's not me this time for once. Come on, give me the stupid question.
You want me to ask you a stupid question?
You said you had a question that you were going to ask me.
I forgot what it was.
Oh. Did you not write it down?
No, I've only got a week. I never write anything down, actually. I've always got holding a pen.
I've got my notebook making notes right now.
I know I've got books here. That's it. But some folk have asked me in the past, you know, you never see
I've just got my lotto ticket.
I will hope. I don't lose that because that might be the lucky one.
I'm going to check it afterwards.
That might win you the tenner.
Hey, then I've got my money back.
Well, there you go then. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. But you know what I was going to say was, I was saying we're stopping our shows in August time. I think we've got 2 in September, but that's just because when the guests could make it on. And because we're concentrating on our Wallace Trail, a boat investigation, train station, in London.
Oh, I'd love to come and see that train station now. Love to go.
Well, we've not been up for a few weeks because we've other stuff on then with the movement, obviously. So after the movement, I was talking to him during the week. I said, after that's all done, we'll get back up because we've only done 3 or 4.
You'll have to let me know when you're going again.
You got to come up?
Potentially.
Well, we are doing, I'm going to plug it now actually, we are doing a parody. So I've not had a chance to talk to you because you've been that blooming busy.
Sorry.
So still being so busy and listen up.
I can't, I've got an empire to build. Jeez.
Sorry, you know, once Kimberland's built.
Excuse me, I am building a wonderfully secure and happy future for my children.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Aye. See, I was going to be off to something else there again.
No, come on. The parody.
Parody. It was actually Lewis Haddle that sort of came up with the kind of idea because you've got Paracoms and all the rest of it doing south in America, but there's hardly anything like that up here. But what we decided to do is we're holding a parody on I think it's the 16th of October. It's going to be held in the train station.
Nice.
From 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. We're going to sell tickets for it at early slots.
Can kids come?
I think so, I think so. We were asked this before, and this was a wee bit, because there's ourselves, there's Spig, and there's Lewis Haddle that are putting it together. I would say aye. Because your kids, that's fine. Because they've already got a freaky mum. So I don't think we could freak them out anymore anyway. You know.
They talk about ghosts all the time. Elijah came to me the other month and I absolutely kind of had a bit of a, it started moment. He goes, Mummy, that man put my blanket on for me. He was very kind of like, you know what? There's a man in the house. So I've obviously gone, I'm like, kids, getting garden right now because my neighbours are out. So I'm running around this house looking for a bloke in house. And then he goes, no, Mummy, it was a kind ghost man. And I'm like, but then he started describing the things that he'd just seen on the TV. And then, but he was red. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe you just put me through this. Because I'm like, I'm not sensing anyone. But yeah, no, it was a bit of
a that's good that there was no freaking out or anything.
It's what?
That's good that there was no freaking out or anything, getting used to it, you know. But you bring the kids up. So what we're doing is we run from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. We're selling tickets for early slots.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like a kind of open day for people to come in, you know, meet some paranormal teams, ask any questions. We've got to lay out bits and pieces, hang up pictures and stuff like that. And, you know, if they want to try anything out, then that's fair enough. It's not an investigation or anything. It's just to try, because what we've found, I don't know if you've found that down there, but there's quite a few people that are interested in the paranormal, but they'll just not say so.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people know how to get into it either. And they've got because of a lot of the TV stuff as well, a lot of people are scared by it. And I get it. You know, I've said myself, I've been scared of it my whole life until recently. But people don't realise it's not like on the TV, so they don't know how to go forward, what to expect, and then so it's good to have somewhere for as a stepping stone.
That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to educate people or anything,
No.
We're just basically saying, come along. If you get any questions, if we can answer them, I'm not saying we're going to be able to answer them, but if we can answer them, then we will. It's a wee introduction. We're charging £5 a ticket. Now, we don't do events or anything, and we don't like charging, but we're going to put on a kind of buffet. And so we thought, well, £5 a ticket, will cover the buffet, and whatever money's left is going to go to the Heritage Trust that runs.
Nice.
We're doing it in conjunction with them, and it's Station Gamers as well. That's got a shop there. So any money left over is just going to go to the Heritage Trust to do whatever they want. So that's what Parody is, and we'll hold it in the station because the sheer history in the place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's what Parody is. But you're welcome to come up here anytime, though.
Yeah, we'll have to get some ghost hunts done.
I'd love to take you around Loudon Kirk.
And what?
Loudon Kirk.
Good, yes.
You do know what a kirkyard is, don't you?
A kirkyard, not a kirkyard. Kirkyard. So I'll sound more like a bird. Kirkyard.
Oh, sorry. Kirkyard.
A courtyard.
You're ripping it now.
It's been a while. You want to make up for lost time.
It has been a while. It's been a few months because you were over at That was.
Yeah.
I nearly said origami. You were over. You were over.
Yeah, so I was over there in April, May, and I was there for the month. We were supposed to do it then, but I could not.
Because you were on holiday.
Yeah, but we had no Wi-Fi because my partner had just moved house, and apparently the previous owners had never installed cable line. So I didn't want to use all my data. I needed it just in case of emergencies, and sat nav for when I was driving around in my big truck. Well, it's not my truck, but it was my truck when I was driving it. And I felt pretty cool because, my partner keeps laughing at how I have to get into it because it's so big and I'm small.
There's a bit of height difference, isn't there?
Yeah, so this I'm really glad that they've got handles on because I have to step on the step, pull myself up and shuffle into it. Hey, you should have seen me driving around in it though. Pretty good. No, because the seat went upwards.
So you want to sit in
You what?
Did you reach the pedals?
Yeah, because I pulled it forward too.
That's the thing with women drivers, they're getting right up with that. They're like this.
Yeah, he could not. Because basically I was driving it more than him whilst I was there, so I didn't put the seat back after I'd finished. So every time so when you turn the engine off, the seat goes back. So I never thought about either. So every time he got in and turned the engine on, he'd be straight forward and I'm like, sorry.
And now you're back the right side of the road over here.
It's what?
Oh, you really need to come up to Scotland and learn some Scottish.
No, you should probably articulate to a deaf person.
I said, you really. I forgot what
I heard that. You really need to. Yeah, come on. I'm not coming up to Scotland and learning Scottish. No.
I said you're back on the right side. I keep forgetting you about your hearing.
Everybody does. It's okay.
I do because we've done quite a few shows together and you're usually fine. So you do kind of forget. Laura's deaf. you know, and sometimes I forget she's deaf.
Even all my friends sometimes say to me that they forget that I'm deaf, and I'm like, how?
Because it's something that, you know, I think if you get in a conversation, you know, like we're doing now, and you're answering back and stuff, then you do the deaf thing, kind of goes out the head.
Yeah, and I read, so whilst we're on podcast, I don't know if people be able to know that I'm literally going.
Oh, you're reading my lips?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally did not know that.
Yes, I do.
So, but no, you have to not to.
Go on, sorry.
To Scotland, because I want to take you around Loudon Kirk, and the Tracy there, read them.
What an absolute twat. No, I knew what you said.
I'd love to take you, because obviously we've been doing Loudon Kirk for a long time, and but you know, we've had evidence upon evidence there, but I'd love to get you in there and just let you walk about.
That sounds good. I'd love to do that. Yeah, I need to get on some more investigations. I think it'd be pretty fun, but I am going to see what I can do in terms of, because there's a pub that I was telling you about. So I'm going to see what I can do over that way as well. In terms of, oh my gosh, what's my head just said? Doing ghost investigations for the public.
You'll get it eventually. You will. You'll get it eventually, though.
I haven't stopped yet today. Sorry. No, I think I'm just pushing my my boat. I'm just trying to do everything basically, because I'm a one-man band, and I think I can do everything, and I can until I can't. But just whilst I'm on here, I just want to say thank you to everybody that does support me in my little one-man band. As I'm saying, I do it all.
No, I'll do it. I will. I'll give you. You know. I'll give you your due, as we say. I think you're amazing with all the stuff that you do, and then also you've got the kids in the house and all the rest of it, and to be able to put it all in, you know, because I mean, running, you know, a paranormal team, whatever, it does take up a lot of your time.
It does.
You know, people think we just go to graveyards and investigate and then go home and that's it.
No, there's so much more to it, isn't there?
But exactly, we'd love to. I spoke to a few people who says they were going to do a kind of behind the scenes look at what it actually does, because you know yourself, Kim. We don't just go. You've got to pick a location that you've got to arrange for everybody to be free, and then travel there and back. You know, babysitting. You know, if need be and stuff like that, and
all the organisation, remembering your kit, what kit, this kit, everything. I mean, with our team, some of them research everything, so that there's all the history there, everything. I'm lucky I'm not allowed to do that.
You know,
because I don't have to partake in any kind of research in history, because obviously I'm going there to find it out this way. But there's so much to do. There's so much. And if somebody forgets the snacks,
or God forbid somebody forgets to eat them.
Come on, that is honestly the only part of the night sometimes that you're looking forward to, the snacks.
We don't take a lot of snacks. It's not something we bother with.
Oh no, I always have. I mean, when I used to go with other teams and work as a medium, they always used to have at least tea, coffees, biscuits, and crisps. But me and my mum would always just do a full picnic. Literally full on picnic, because we might travel 5 hours, one direction, and then the whole go and then drive back. So we won't want to stop here, there, and everywhere. So we'd have like car travel snacks, ghost hunting snacks, car travel snacks.
The furthest we've been is we've done Sherwood Forest.
Nice. That's about an hour away from me, I think. An hour and a half.
We were took me 6 hours or something. That was a couple of stops, so it wasn't too bad. We done that. That was part of the GSI we were filming for Paraflix for a Halloween.
Was it good there? How did you find it?
It was really really atmospheric. Now there's a big
Was it
word for
actually
me.
in the forest? Did you go?
Well, I know we were right in the middle of the forest. What we
No.
did was, I think it was a cricket club or something. We parked it, met GSI, and we walked in. They had already set up. So it was me. I was right in the middle of the. I was a kind
No.
of. We set
I
up,
love it there. I grew up going there.
and we did experiments at different parts of the forest. We didn't just stick to one. It was quite. The atmosphere was quite intense.
I can imagine so, yeah.
And then our camera got knocked over.
Nice.
We had a camera on the tripod and just sitting, and we were in a kind of circle, and the camera just out it went. Nobody touched. There was no wind. There was no reindeer or whatever. No reindeer. You know what I mean?
They were near India.
There wasn't a reindeer in sight, lass. It wasn't Christmas time. Santa wasn't there. With that. And there was no wildlife. All right. You know. And the whole thing just bang down it went. We really enjoyed Sherwood Forest. That's
I might crack at that because I love it there. I grew up going around there with my family.
So, what about there's a woman on YouTube and she claims to be the reincarnation of Maid Marian. Now, Maid Marian didn't exist. Maid Marian was made up to kind of spruce up the Hollywood, Robin Hood story kind of thing. She's convinced, I'm the spirit, I'm Maid Marian reincarnated. Whenever I get into Sherwood Forest, the spirits bow down to me. And I'm watching this cack thinking, are you serious? Maid Marian wasn't a person. She was just made up. That's what it's saying. I'm the reincarnation of Mickey Mouse.
Well,
I don't know. I probably look like him. But see, when you went to Sherwood, how did you find it?
Well, I love that. I love it there. But I have a lot of memories there, even like last couple of years. But energy-wise, it's full. There's so much there. It feels almost thick, but not in a negative way, if that makes sense. Like it's like you're walking through it. You can feel it. And for me, I always felt like I could hear I know trees rustle, but in a different way to just because of the wind or something like that. But it's like you could always hear people walking even when it's really quiet. But I don't think it's all to do with like Robin Hood and his merry men in green tights.
Well, did they wear green tights? Who knows?
No, probably not.
That wasn't a serious question. I know what you mean, but you get the feeling it reminded me of Greyfriars.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I always got that kind of monk feel when I was there rather than anything else, with like the monastery feel and stuff.
And the other feeling I was kind of getting was that there was just people walking about.
Mm-hmm.
Going back a wee bit, there were people just walking about doing, their daily, I don't know, duties, whatever you want to call it. And they weren't aware that we were there. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's how it was with me. That's what I mean when I'm saying like it feels like you could hear people walking around, like you were cutting through the energy. And it says almost disturbing them, but not in a bad way. But yeah, no, it's very full of energy.
Because Greyfriars is the same. When you walk in the gates of Greyfriars, it's where you're taken back in time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Greyfriars sits in one of the main routes in and out of Edinburgh. It's and so all day it's cars, buses, tourists. There a lot of it,
Yeah.
But as soon as you walk, the gates sit kind of right on the main road. As soon as you walk in the gates, it's as if you're back in the 16th, 17th century.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be fair, Sherwood Forest used to be like that until they've just done it up in the last couple of years and made it more touristy. So growing up, they used to have the big medieval festivals there, and they used to have the jousting tournaments, and there used to be these 3 characters that used to go around, and one was called Millie Molly Mankey, and
Called what?
Millie Molly Mankey. Right, so there was like a trio of people. So there was the woman, which was Millie Molly Mankey, and the two men that went round. And she used to have like the long nose and the like straw kind of hat, and it was just a whole act. And they used to go around with the guitar. They used to go around in the olden clothes and stuff, and you just greet them and they sing songs to you, and then you go to the next part and there'd be something else, and then you go to this next part which built like an old little medieval village, and they had like what they called jesters, and they had these men that like laid on beds and nails and doing like the town entertainment sort of thing, and it was all very old style, like you just went into a time portal, and then like I say, you had the big medieval festival, and it was just this whole energy, and it was like going back in time, and that was the Sherwood Forest for me growing up. But now they've kind of done it all a bit modern, and it's owned by the Bird thing, RVSBP XYZ Trust. And they've kind of destroyed that whole atmosphere in a sense. I mean, not in terms of nature, but in terms of the spiritual aspect.
I was just going to ask you that, with them trying to make it more touristy, I think it takes away the kind of historical.
Possibly. It's like I'm psychic and I knew what you're going to ask.
I know. It's like connected, brain-wise. I mean, but that.
I just got super good vibes, and I just know what people are going to say. No, it does. It definitely does take away from it. I mean, it doesn't stop the spirits from being there, and it doesn't stop them from communicating, but it does very much alter the energy and the feel that's there. But then I don't know if that is necessarily the spirits or if it's us, because we create a lot of our own vibes depending on what something looks like. If something looks creepy, we're creeped out. If something seems happy, we seem happy. So I don't know. And maybe I look at it from the same way that you do. If it looks old and like it's got energy, you feel like you
pick up on it. You do. I mean, I'm no psychic or anything. I'm a psychic as a wet toilet roll. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes, like say Loudon Kirk, for example, one night we were there, and when you come up, obviously we'll take you there, but there's a family plot at the back, and it's kind of fenced off. It's the only bit that's fenced off. There used to be a lot of railings in it,
right?
But they cut all the railings away in World War II for metal to make shells or whatever. But because this family were so prominent in the area, they left their railings up basically. But we were inside the railings one night, and I was at the top right hand corner, and I could feel there was a guy standing right there on the other side of the railing, with his arms folded, kind of just
having a look.
And I expected just to turn around and see him standing there, but obviously there was no there. But I knew, I could feel there's, and I said to the rest of the team, I said, there's somebody standing here, standing. And I said, there's nobody there. I said, I can feel he's right there on my ear. So sometimes you do feel it, and they say, we get any grey frogs. And then when they try and modernise places, there's a place we did about 2 years ago, Caldwell. We spent about 2 months investigating there. And the amount of evidence, it's one of the best places we've ever done. But they're talking about turning it into, I don't know, it's some kind of big care home or something. Doing something there, I mean, the building's falling apart. It's going to take means to redo this building. But I've wondered, is, once, if they do rip it apart and build a care home, whatever they're going to do with it, is it going to upset the energy that's there? Are the spirits that we know is there? Because the evidence we picked up, we got it validated by several different people. So, is it whatever spirit, is this going to upset them?
Probably. I don't know if that's one that I can answer, really. I mean, they might just stay on the landing, stay in the new building, because sometimes they'll do that. Or they may decide then at that point to move on, because the thing, if they're attaching to that building, it's gone now, so they've got nothing, no reason to stay anymore. So I don't really know. I've not thought of that, weirdly.
I don't know why they can't just leave places with that alone. You know,
I know that space and is money, isn't it?
I mean, it's quite an historical building. It was built in 1720 or 1723. The date's disputed. You know, it was built within your
If
farm.
it's falling apart, though, and it's not being looked after, then it's not something, I suppose, that the council, the government would see as needing to be protected, would it? Because there's lots of protected buildings, isn't there, for historical reasons.
Actually, that's the thing up here. A lot of the buildings up here are all. I was talking to Shadow Paranormal about this the other night. They've got the same boiler down there from, I want to say the Nottingham area, but I'm probably wrong. They're from England anyway, I know that. And they were, I forgot what I was saying. This happens every time you're on. How difficult it is finding locations now.
In what way?
As in,
what you mean, because they're just being knocked down?
Aye, see, they do very, very few paid locations. We don't do any because we're Scottish and we're tight like that. You know, I grudge paying it. I grudge the pound. See the pound you go to Aldi's and that. See the pound you need to put in the truck. I grudge that, even though I know I'm getting it back. I grudge giving that pound. That's how bad it is. But answer that one, Lassie.
What about the buildings being knocked down and places to be harder, or about your nonsense about English and Scottish?
My nonsense.
Oh, do you know what? I'm not going to answer it because I have it from you about Scottish and English, and I have it from over the pod about Brits and Americans.
Well, that's what happens when your partner stays in Oregon.
Yeah, but I can't keep proving that the British being English is best. You know.
Why?
Shut up! It just is.
Because you say it is. But
because everyone goddamn speaks our language.
Well, no, up here we don't.
Why you're speaking English language in Scottish?
We're speaking Scottish English.
Still English. Still our words.
English, Scottish, whatever. You get me mixed up now. I forget what I was going to say. Aye, so Shadow, they don't do a lot of paid locations. Very, very few. Because the price is just through the ceiling.
They're absolutely ridiculous now.
Yeah. Just after lockdown, I looked at a castle up here to do, and they were wanting $4,000 for 3 hours.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I know a few over here that have asked for like 1-2 plus grand just for a couple of hours. Even a location very close, I think it's over 1,000 for the evening for about 6 hours. And it's like the tiniest place ever. And it's council as well.
Right. You know, it's just, I couldn't believe it. And I says to her, I says, that for the night? He says, no, that's for 3 hours. I said, wait a minute, £4,000 to investigate for 3 hours. I says,
3 hours is your warm-up time just to get there and get set up. And for the spirits to see that you're there.
3 hours, you know, you don't have time for nothing. But, you know, they were to like 1,500, no, 3 into 4,000. It was at 1,500. I can't count. It was over $1,000 an hour anyway. I'll say that. I'm easier that way. I've not got a calculator here.
I don't even know what you said because I think I zoned out for a brief second.
Did you zone out again?
Yeah. It was, nonsense incoming, so now, we're back.
Are you back again?
Yeah, I'm back.
You sure? Right, that's fine. But it was just totally ridiculous. And we're quite fortunate that we've got, you know, like old castles, graveyards and stuff like that. You can go to for nothing, you know.
I think it is really difficult to find anywhere. And like, say for instance, with myself, I'm trying to set up different things and I want to get this and done. I think like everywhere makes everything impossible to start up. I've contacted quite a few locations and they're asking for too much. And I'm like, I cannot do that right now. Like, I know it's not their burden to carry. It's not for them to help out, but it's like they make it impossible just for fun, let alone business. I mean, there's so many that I'd love to go to just for myself and the team that I work with. You just can't do it, and it's ridiculous, and it's not fair, and it's greedy. It's greedy.
A lot of them is greedy. And some people try to justify, you know, with saying, well, during lockdown we lost X amount, so we have
So
to.
did we?
I appreciate what you're saying, but so did the whole of Britain and many, many other countries lost, you know, X amount of money. But what about the people that lost their lives?
Exactly. They'd be better off doing it cheaper and having more people in on more nights to make the money up quicker rather than saying, do you know what, this is what we want. Well, I can't pay that, so no thanks.
Exactly. Lower the price and you'll get more folk coming in more often. They'll still make their money, do you know what I mean? But no, see, Loudon Cup, you're going to Loudon Cup and the railway station as well. And you've got to be a busy lady because I've got another idea again, you know.
Well, that's fine. We can. I've got space in somewhere. I can find time and space.
Well,
I've got 36 hours in my day.
36. I don't know how many hours in my day. Well, I'm talking to the Society of William Wallace next week again because also we're doing Forgotten Braveheart with him, and
you will never take our freedom. We did though, didn't we?
No, you never. Obviously, you don't know your history. Maybe the year 13.
How free are you though, really?
Very free. The Battle of Bannockburn, 1314.
What?
I see. Tommy Brady, I'll show you this. I'm going to show this off. This was, I like to remember, I don't know if you were in Oregon at the time. You might have been. We covered the unveiling of the Wallace Oak.
Yes, I was not here.
You were not here. The Wallace Oak is what remains of the tree that William Wallace was chained to.
Right.
And he was captured in 1305.
I think I'd be very distracted if I went there because all I'd be thinking about would be Mel Gibson.
Oh, you mean so? They found a final resting place for it at Hunterston Castle, Hunter, and so we were asked to cover it, to film it live, which we did. And after it, I got a nice wee crazy. I'm going to show you this.
Oh, big scream at Black. Oh, look at him. Look at good old Mel.
It's the Braveheart Trim Castle.
Yeah, no, I got that. I'm just looking at Mel Gibson.
I mean, I'm there.
Growing up, he was my biggest crush ever.
I saw autograph by the cast.
Nice.
Well, actually, what happened at the Society, William Wallace, they were out at Trim Castle, because that's where they filmed part of Braveheart. The York Castle scenes was actually Trim Castle. So they were having a do over there, and the stars for Braveheart were there.
Nice.
I think there was 200 of these, and so I got that.
And I've got one.
And I've got one. I got that as a wee thank you for us filming the Wallace Oak.
That's cool. That's awesome.
And I met.
Very nice.
Mind Hamish in Braveheart.
A what?
Mind Hamish in Braveheart.
Mine Hamish.
Right, see the film Braveheart, right? I'll take it this slow, right? remember the film Braveheart?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember the character Big Hamish?
Yes, I do.
The big guy. Well, see
Yes.
his father. Remember the
Right.
guy who his father?
Yeah.
He get the arrow in him and stuff. I met him at Stirling Bridge.
Ooh, little claim to fame, little name drop.
I'll send you the. I've got the photo on my
I
phone.
believe you.
We were covering the commemoration of the Battle of Stirling Bridge. So there
Nice.
were a big do up there. So we went up and filmed it for them. And the guy who played it, he was there. So after the thing finished, he was walking back and I kind of hijacked him. He had his own photographer there, but I kind of hijacked him. You might have to get my photo taken with him. So, sure. So I've got the photo in my phone. So that's my claim to fame. You know what I mean?
Well, you better give me a photo because I'm Scottish.
Aye, so that's my mate. This is my mate. He was in Braveheart, my mate.
I'm my mate now, yeah, we're best buds.
Aye,
We go out every Friday for a drink down at the pub.
Aye, so, we talk all the time. We chat all the time. I'm fed up with him phoning me.
Up there, yeah, in your little Scotland. Hey, Scotland. Hey, that was good.
But what I want, I'll get back to you. See, this is what I mean. We start talking about something and go there. What I'd love to do is, I'm going to talk to society next week about when we start filming it, but sometime during it to do an investigation at one of the locations. No, the bigger locations like Bannockburn or Wallace Monuments, but something like Kimbers Kenneth Abbey or one of the locations that's nowhere. That's the whole point between Forgotten Braveheart. We're going to be filming at locations that aren't known, but do have an association with Wallace.
That'd be pretty cool. That's awesome.
It's Kimbers Kenneth Abbey in Stirling. There's a stone in the ground, and the legend says that this is where Wallace's arm is buried underneath this stone.
Nice. Are you going to dig it up?
No. Why would he dig it up? That's just that's
because that's awesome.
Oh, maybe the story goes that we know after Wallace was executed, his body was cut up.
Yeah, put into 4.
It was sent to 4 corners of the country. One of his arms was hung on Stirling Bridge.
Right.
It's very, very close by Kimbers Kenneth Abbey. Now, Wallace had ties to Kimbers Kenneth, same as Robert the Bruce. He held Parliament in that abbey as well. So the story goes that at night, during one night, the monks for the abbey sneaked onto the bridge and took the arm and buried it in the graveyard in the abbey grounds.
What are you all doing tonight, guys? Oh, I'm stealing arm.
Because it was said, well, obviously back then we were still heavily occupied by the English. So if they'd been caught, they would have been executed. The monks.
Well, then at least they'd have had extra arms to steal.
Oh, you're heartless, you. You're heartless, you are.
No, sorry, I'm just a brave heart.
Really? Did you just say that?
It's fine, I'm Welsh.
I keep forgetting you're Welsh.
I am Welsh. I'm 71% Welsh.
See,
my dad's side is Welsh as well, so
I need to ask you this, right? I'm going to ask you because I've met people and they says, 5% English, 10% Scottish, 22% German, 15% American. There's all different bits of me for long enough. So
Scandinavian and the rest is just crap.
Where does I know I'm 100% Scottish. End of story. That's it. Wait, that plain and simple.
I bet you're not. Oh my gosh, you need to do work.
No, I am, because my family originate from Kinross.
don't make a difference. Does not make a difference.
You know how to go about it anyway. How do
You just go onto My Heritage or DNA thing and just do a DNA sample, send it off, and they tell you.
So they can tell by your blood what nationality you're.
Yeah.
So that's how you get
So like, say for instance, my mum, nana, granddad, their family, they've lived in Leeds, Morley, Dewsbury kind of way their whole lives, as far back as I remember. But like when my nana's brother did a DNA test, he was mostly Irish and some other stuff, and nobody's lived in Ireland. And then on one side there's French somewhere. So it's all over, but nobody knows where that's come from. And I've always said I'm Welsh, and I've always known it, but I was just kind of going, oh, well, that's my dad, because he was born and raised in Rhyl and lived in Ellesmere Port in Liverpool and stuff. But then when I did my DNA test, it's North Welsh, which is really funny because that's where I grew up going, North Wales. That's where my dad would always take me. That's where my dad's from. So, but then there's 22% Scandinavian in there.
And then so 71, 22, that's 93. So there's 7%.
Yeah, I've got like some Jewish, the typical Asian that everybody has in them. I think I can't remember what it is. I don't know. I didn't really bother to look at that.
I'll just stick to being 100% Scottish. I'm a happy man.
Oh no, because you know what? I would love to see your results and know your face will be like, oh, I'm English. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if he said you were like 80% English?
Oh no, I'd be finding something high. Imagine that. No, I'm Scottish, true and true.
Right, get the boss on it. You need to get the boss on there ordering you. I think like 35 quid at the moment as well.
Get the boss. I'm the boss.
Get the actual boss.
Aye, okay. No, I worked beside a guy once, right, and I actually walked away from him. That's a true story. But he came out one day and said that he was a certain percentage, whatever. And I said, well, how does that work? He said, well, my dad's mum's brother's uncle, auntie, nephew's grandfather, twice removed, second cousin, whatever it was. That wasn't easy, but it was. I just got up and walked away. I thought, you lost me, granddad. I'm off. I was going back about 500 years or something like that, Well, I'm 23% Irish. So, well, what bit is Irish? Your head, your leg, Well,
I know there's Irish in me for the pale skin, ginger hair, and my freckles that I get.
You get hairy freckles.
Ginger hair and the freckles that I get.
That's the Welsh in you. I thought you said the hair on your freckles that you get.
Yes, I get hairs on my freckles.
I've never met
I do on that one.
Right. I've never met anybody with hairy freckles.
Well, now you will.
That must be a thing. It must be a Welsh thing.
No, technically speaking, Leeds born and bred.
Wales is nice. Wales is. I like
it's beautiful, but everybody criticises it for some reason.
No, I think it is beautiful.
There is some absolutely stunning places. I mean, I've never really gone over the south of Wales. It's more northwest and whatnot, and because that's the country. But it's beautiful, absolutely stunning, and the beaches are nice.
You can't beat a Welsh cake.
A Welsh cake.
You don't like them?
I like cakes that's actually cake.
No, but we went to. I used to go down to Kimber Annwen quite a bit, and we went out to Cardiff once, and there was right to the castle. There was a wee side street, and there was a cafe at the corner, and we sat down there, and we said, "Have a Welsh cake." And we went, "What it's a Welsh cake?" And so I tried this. That's quite nice. You see, there's a market the guy sells them. So ended up going to this market, and I went quite a few times, you know, and was talking about the guy, and I quite liked him. But see, years later, I was working for Vodafone.
Yeah.
It was so bizarre that I got a call one day, and it was a Welsh guy. So we're talking away, and he was like, you know, what do you do for a living? He says, well, I run a market stall in Cardiff. I said, all right, what is it you do? He says, Welsh cakes. I said, you sell Welsh cakes? I says, you're not near the castle by any chance? Yeah, but I am.
Nice.
But I couldn't tell my name, obviously.
Yeah.
I says, you probably not remember my accent. I said, but I used to come to your stall. Did you?
Nice.
Says, when I was doing visiting, I have a friend in Kimber, and I used to come back to come to your stall quite a wee bit. You know?
It's funny how it all works, isn't it?
It's I turned to I got another call one day, and the guy told me his name and his address. And I says, how long have you stayed at that address? He says, all my life. I says, I actually know you. I said, I can only tell you my name, I can't tell you my second name. And I says, I actually used to hang about with you. So I hang around with you. I meant Kimbers Back. He says, I says, aye. He says, you and a guy called James Shaw. And we grew up, we were best pals and that. And I says, he used to call you Cheesy.
Yeah.
Says, that's right, mate. And because he had ginger hair. So we called him Cheesy Watsits. His second name is Watson. So
oh, no.
For God's sake, you know.
That's unfortunate, isn't it?
That kind of I says, he used to call you Cheesy Watsits. He says, I mate, that. I says, I wish I knew who you were. I said, and it was on the tip of my tongue to tell him. Yeah. I said, we used to think about with James Shaw. We used to camp out in James's back garden and go up and go steal milk and rolls in the morning. Well, I know who you are now. And I was a guy I went to school with. It was so bizarre. Do you know what I mean? Totally the paranormal. Or was it? Were we meant to meet?
Maybe so. What came of it?
Nothing. I fixed his problem and he buggered off. That was it. But it was just one of these phone calls. You think, what's the chances of that happening?
It's what?
It was one of these phone calls that you just sit there and think, what's the chances of that happening?
Maybe that was the introduction to the paranormal.
Possibly. Well, I would say my introduction to the paranormal is when I started going to spiritualist churches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, that's true.
I'd always been interested in, I'd always watched horror films as a teenager and ghost stories and all that kind of, all the weird stuff, people used to stay away from you when you were in the class, don't go near, he likes ghosts kind of thing. You see in TV.
Can you imagine how it was for me at the school?
Oh, they would have went to a different school probably. I'm off. Because Kimber's at that school, I'm going to the other school.
She's got evil in her eyes and everything.
Did your eyebrows go together then?
No, they did not, you cheeky sod.
No, probably back then. No, probably back then.
No, thank you very much. I've never had an actual monobrow.
It used to be if your eyebrows go together, you were a werewolf. Remember?
I'm not a damn werewolf. I mean, I'm not.
Did you ever hear that one?
No.
Oh, a long time ago,
I'm younger than you. Thank you very much.
I'll just put that in just a wee bit. No, years ago, when we were kids, you used to say, if your eyebrows meet in the middle, you're a werewolf. What? Yeah, it's true. You're a werewolf if your eyebrows meet in the middle. So that was the thing. But it's the crap you talk back then as kids. Do you know what I mean?
I did not.
because you were from Wales, you were sophisticated, but no, man.
No, because I had no goddamn friends.
With what?
I said no, because I had no friends.
Kimber, no pals.
I'm laughing, but it's true.
How did you not have any friends when you were younger?
I just got bullied all the way through life.
All right. Kimber, no mates.
God, that's depressing.
You know what, though? At least you're big enough, you know what I mean? At least you're big enough to sit there and admit it. A lot of people wouldn't be open about it. So, I was dead.
If I can tell you that I talk about flowers and I create my own little headspace so that I'm safe, I think I've got naught to lose at saying I had no friends growing up. That's pretty obvious.
I done all right for friends. I wasn't bullied at school.
Oh, were you the bully?
No. How do you put it? I grew up in a scheme that there was kind of 4 or 5 years we kind of hung about together, and we weren't the heroes or anything like that. But if somebody was causing trouble, then that's fine. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Then you would do something about it, you know. So if somebody bullied at school, then we'd go and talk to the bully, shall we say? Do you know what I mean? But that was my.
I was always bullied by everyone, primary school, high school. I had a couple of friends in high school, but then they turned out to not be my friend. And then I found actual friends, and then it was fine. But that was when I was 14, so I pretty much went from 5 until 14.
And look, you know, everybody's a friend.
How what? Sorry, it broke up.
I says, look at you now, everyone's your friend.
Heather. Yeah, no, do you know what? It's nice actually because I'm surrounded by such wonderful people. Some people online and some people close. But honestly, I've got such a wonderful support network of people who they don't owe me anything, I don't owe them. It's a nice exchange of friendship and I really appreciate it. Oh, you can tell I've had a good productive day because I'm feeling lots of gratitude for everything and everyone.
You're feeling all spongy.
Yeah. No, I think, you know what it is? Because, right, I am going to use it, but I won't be able to do the things that I do. Not for people paying for my services or with my readings and stuff or paying for bouquets or things. The support of people that believe in me or even things like this or, just stuff. And it's those things that push me to get it done and stuff, yeah.
Good. I think we'll wind up here, dog, because I've just noticed the time.
Yeah, and I'm tired.
You're tired, but she will be back because she's part of us, basically, as you see PIH come. She is part of us, so we will be seeing Kimber again. As I did warn you at the start, folks, we just talk crap for... It's usually, but we did.
Pretty good.
We were all right tonight. We talked some serious stuff tonight.
We have paranormal and everything.
I know, and it was for more than 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So plug your stuff before we finish up.
What?
So, sorry. Advertise your stuff before we finish up.
I thought I did that at the start. So I'm selling bouquets, delivering locally, which is Lee, and they can be any price range you set. I have my readings, Reiki, psychic art, all available, and you can go to my Facebook page, Kimber Hughes Psychic Medium, or www.kimberhughespsychicmedium.com, and you can book everything on there. There we go. I got it out.
On one breath. So that's Kimber. That's nobody there. That's just a wall. That's Kimber out there. We've done over 500 of these, and I still point the line.
Yeah, I'm just.
Aye. She's doing south. So we're going to wind it up there, but you will be seeing Kimber again. We're back Now, we're back on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. We have Jem and Kate from Hectic Paranormal, all the way from sunny Australia. Thanks very much, Facebook user. I'm thinking that's Laura, maybe.
Cool.
So 10 a.m. here is 7 p.m. there. So we have Hectic Paranormal, so that's the reason we need to go live at 10 a.m. It was Laura. Cheers, Doc. So we'll be back. You'll be seeing Kimber again very soon.
Oh my gosh, you got it right.
The first time. There you go. Get over there. Right, we're out here, folks. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you Sunday morning if you're awake at 10 o'clock, and you'll see Kimber next time. Well, that's a bit obvious, isn't it? You'll see Kimber next time. No, forget I said that. You'll see Kimber again. Night, folks. Bye.
Night. Bye.